I would say it's a game changer. It's a necessity, actually, because you don't realize how badly you needed it until you walk out of there and you're like, what are we doing? Like,
That's true.
Like literally, we all walked out and we're like, how were we doing this before?
That's true. Nathan Irizarry, co-founder, chief executive, coach, Training for Warriors Boston.
Stan Dutton, head coach and co-owner of Training for Warriors Boston.
I've been told that what we've accomplished in the year that we've been in operation usually takes businesses 2 to 5 years to get to where we're at right now. So that's encouraging. I'm a very impatient person, and I want to have that 5-year vision like tomorrow. But so far so good.
So we started off with 0 people. The first 2 months we literally were running out of the Boston Common the first like month and a half, 2 months that we were in business. I wake up like 5:30 every morning, stand in the middle of the Boston Common for like a half hour, and nobody would ever show up. So then I would go home and do it all over again at night.
I had no exposure to being a businessman or business owner, and so I knew that I would need all the help I could get as far as like taking something that I know how to do and love doing, and like can do and making like a sustainable business out of it. And so yeah, that was the initial draw, I guess. So the first thing we did during our first session was just vision casting and filling in the gaps. So filling in the gaps between like what the 10-year plan is and what the day-to-day is, and seeing like how my vision and my like fantasy could actually be a reality, and what it's going to take to get there, and what I'm going to need to do next month, within the next year, and so on and so forth, and not just like ideals but like hard and like concrete like numbers. What is this going to mean as far as revenue? Like, what is that going to mean as far as like personal income and like new clients and client base and stuff like that? We started this business, and at first it was just 2 of us. But as things progressed, and as more people got like bought into the vision, more human resources presented themselves, and so all of a sudden you find ourselves with this like very like diverse and awesome team all of a sudden, trying to align the team, like the personal goals with the team goal, and just get everybody on the same page. It's definitely something that I didn't have much experience with. I'm not an extremely sensitive person right away, like right off the bat by nature. So understanding other people's emotions or their motivations is not something that I do automatically.
That was a game changer, because we went from kind of being like, I kind of heard what Nathan said, where it's like, like we had like a general idea, and we were like, oh, we kind of like this is where we want to go, sort of, and it really, and there was a lot of kind of like, like I didn't know what exactly everybody was in it for, it's like, what exactly is like the deep down, like that motivation, what's like everybody want from this? And we walked out of that, and it was like, we just became like this team where it was like, everybody was on the same page, we all knew like our strengths and our weaknesses, but more importantly, like our whys. It was like, okay, like this is really why we're here. And becoming aware of like what I can bring to the table and what Nathan can bring to the table and the rest of our team. Ever since then, it's been a different company, and it's been amazing. I mean, it kind of went like this. It was like we're doing well, and then all of a sudden we started to do stuff like that, and it was like just through the roof. It was cool. That was kind of the tipping point for like building a team. It was awesome. Like being like, okay, like we're not. It's not 10 people trying to do the 3, 4 people trying to do the exact same thing all at once. It's now it's like, okay, like you know what, like this is what Nathan's good at. Like, we're gonna let him do that, and it's also changed the way that we hold our meetings. Rather than like butting heads, it's like we understand where everybody's coming from now, and I'd say that's really been like the biggest application for us is not only having a very clear vision, but also having a very clear, like, this is how we need to go about achieving that vision. Like I said, it's a roadmap. And we actually have we have a definite like way of doing things now, rather than kind of just sitting at Nathan's house for our meetings and like ending up being like, no, this is how you should do it. This is the way we do it. You know, it's pretty cool. We actually know what we're doing now.
Yeah, most of the time.
It only took like, you know, a couple hours, which is pretty cool too. It was like, we went there, we got all out there, literally put it down on the table, and we're like, this is it. And then all of a sudden, you know, we know what we're doing. It's crazy.
But yeah, like I said, like taking, you know, basically like visualizing what's in everybody's brain, and then like scrambling it up, and then like creating like a unifying vision out of it, and seeing like where, you know, the opportunities line up and where the like things that everyone can bring up also align. And it's like, well, you attack that, and then you attack this, you know. So that's been it's very helpful.
Not only did I learn a lot about my team, but like I learned a lot about myself. That was crazy to like walk up and be like, I think I know, like I'm more aware of like why I do certain things, or what my motives are. You know, like, I can write it down on paper like easily, or like, something like that where it's like you actually have to think like, oh, that's your motivation, like why? And you have to just like think like, holy crap, you know, stuff that I like just forgot about, you know. It's pretty cool.
It's like a self-directed intervention.
Yeah, but with your business, and you like immediately become better.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, strongly recommend it.
Yeah, don't even think twice. Just do it. It's that simple.
Yes.
I haven't showered in a while. I don't know if you guys know that. I don't even have to tell you. You can probably tell.
That's just training for warriors. You just do it.
Train for warriors.